Hey everyone, welcome to this live stream. So if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments and I will come back and say hi to you, and if there are any questions that I haven't covered or at least I haven't answered in this live stream, I will know then. Let me know in the comments. So goal setting, this is something you've got to do when you are setting your goal, right? This is really important, and we somehow, generally speaking, I did this in the beginning, a lot of people forget doing this, okay? So just a little reminder if you already know. And obviously we're in a time right now, because at the time of this video a lot of people are in quarantine or lockdown or literally just coming out of it. We still need goals. We still need to focus on things that we want to achieve, right? I mean, yes, we've got to be flexible in how we do that now, but we can continue with our goals, right? Hope you are well. Thank you for joining live. So this video has been inspired by, or at least from, a client session, and we were going to go through her goal and, or at least an outcome of an event that she was going to do and how she's going to move forward. And we were going to put those into her timeline, which is basically, future pacing it so her unconscious mind can work towards achieving that. It's a very unconscious type of work done only in a one-to-one session. So before we did that, we obviously had to talk about her goal. So we have to, get some clarity. And she told me about a goal. She told me about the advice, actually, that she was given around her goal, that this is how she should do it. And basically, she was saying to me, can you put this in my timeline? Let's do a little visualization, basically to feel like she can achieve it. And then her unconscious mind, and obviously the law of attraction, works to help her get that goal. But she didn't feel completely aligned with it. It was a goal that somebody else advised her to have. Okay, so this is something you must not do, is follow somebody else's goal. If somebody else wants you to do something, or for some reason it's because everybody else is doing it and you want to be part of that group, or whatever it is, if it's outside of you, if it doesn't feel right, it's not your goal. And doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter how many times you write this goal, every day you might write it down, maybe you visualize it every day, maybe you even take an action towards that goal. If it doesn't feel right to you, it's not going to really happen. There has to be alignment. This is why most people don't achieve their goals, because they don't check in with this part, which I'm going to share with you. This is something I always share with my clients. It's in my programs. And nothing else works if this isn't going to be involved. This has to be involved. And like I said, a lot of people overlook this part because it's, I don't know why people overlook this part. It's really common sense, but we don't always use common sense. Okay, is this goal that you want something you absolutely want because of you? Is this motivated by you? Do you want this goal? Or does somebody else want this goal? We get into businesses sometimes. I mean, I don't need to, I don't have that anymore. But when I was in a affiliate marketing or MLM business where there's a group of people involved, and people are ranking up and achieving all these levels so quick, and then you want to do the same. Do you really want to do the same based on how they're doing it? Is it connected to you, or are you trying to do it just because everybody else is doing it? Are you following the crowd? Or is it your personal goal? Do you really want this goal? What is the connection? And if somebody else has advised you this goal to achieve just because it's best for you, that they think, you can always you can change it slightly. So in session, what we did was we changed the goal. We made it more personal to her. She said, yes, I do want to do that, but I want to do it this way instead of what I was told to do, right? So in her own pace, checking in with her, other commitments that she's got in life, her children, her commitment as a wife, as a coach as well, because she is a coach. Does she really want to do this based on all these things going around her at the same pace as what she was advised? That didn't feel right, so it wasn't going to happen because her unconscious mind rejected it, right? So what did her unconscious mind accept? And you can always know that when it feels good, when it feels really good. That's when you know, this is my unconscious mind telling me, go for it, okay? So if it feels good, That's when you do your goal, how it feels right. So does it mean that you're going to do it over a little bit longer time? How are you going to do it? What strategies are you going to use? More offline, more online? What is it? What is going to happen? How are you going to do it? So what is the goal? Is it for you? Is it good for you? Is it the best for you? Check in with that. Is it going to give you more choices? Is it how is it going to impact you as an individual? How is it going to impact your family? How is it going to impact the community? And how is it going to impact, you know, the world at large? Whatever that goal is, okay? It doesn't have to be a huge goal. It could be literally a small goal that you've got, and it could always still impact the world at a large, because you've got to watch as well. Even if it's a little goal as losing weight, if you've lost that weight and there's hundreds of other people that want to know how you've done it as well, you'll be able to inspire them to do it, and you're helping the world at large. When you start from you and then go out, you feel like you're on a higher purpose. You know, you feel like you're doing something beyond just yourself. And that's where you get a lot of your motivation, because our human need of ours is also to contribute, to give, to grow, and to contribute for others. So make your goal started with you. Do you really want this? Does this look, feel, sound the way you want it, right? How you want it. So really get connected with the goal. So this is another sign. If you don't feel like it's what you really want, but it's somebody else's kind of like advise you to get this goal, then if it doesn't feel, look, or sound right to you, then it's not really yours. Then you need to maybe adjust it. Maybe, like I said, take your own time with it. Like, for example, when I qualified as a coach, the first thing the trainer said to me was, you know, by 6 months, you've got to be earning this amount of money, you have this amount of clients. And I thought, okay, if I did that, then I'm going to have to work these many hours per day. I'm going to have to do less of other things that I enjoy doing, which are high in my values, like family time. Then I won't be happy in the process. So then if I'm not happy in the process, I'm not going to really achieve that goal, because the law of attraction only works with how you feel, right? So if I'm frustrated, or if I'm hustling, like overworking and having somewhat, yes, I can enjoy my work and hustle, if you like, or work a lot, but if it's going to compromise my higher values, like being around the family is higher than business for me, then it's not going to work for me. So that goal is great for somebody else, but not for me. So really just personalize your goals. Really check in with your lifestyle, right? Is it your goal? Is it how you want to go with it? Is it at your pace as well? Is it suited to you, right? I mean, a lot of people say to me, you should, I mean, I know we can't right now, but you should go out offline and do networking events. And I think, I don't really want to do that. It's not something I want to do right now. Maybe later on, but right now what's more important to me is working online, having more leverage, working less time, having more leverage, and being around for the kids. That's more important to me right now. Now, if I have those values in check when I'm creating my goals, right, and then planning how to do it roughly, I mean, you don't always know how to do it. You've got to know something, because, you know, opportunities come in the way as you go and achieve your goal in the process. But as long as I have that intention that this is my goal, I need to check in with my values, what matters to me, how I want to work it, how I want to work my goal, the process, then I'm more likely to achieve my goal than if I just took on somebody else's goal and how they did it, because they're not living my life. Their values are not like mine. You know, there's a very famous video that Gary Vee always puts out, and people really kind of memorize it, and I have as well, where he says work from 9 to 5 and then work on your dream 7 till 2 in the morning. You know, that's great if you want to do that, if you want to sacrifice your sleep, if sleep doesn't matter to you, or if family, you know, if you don't have family commitments. But that type of lifestyle for 3 years, 2 years is not something I'm ever going to do. That would put me off completely towards my goal. So I would rather achieve the same outcome in my way, how I want to do it, checking in with my highest values. So you always must do that. So how do you check in with your highest values? A good way to do it yourself is by just writing down what's important to you. You know, throughout your day, throughout your week, just see, you know, what is important to you, what will make you feel more happy, more joy, what activities bring more joy to you. Okay, because if you can write those down first, and then you put in your business times and your, you know, business activities or your goal activities, you're more likely to achieve that goal. Because let me tell you, when you're first starting out on achieving something you haven't achieved, you're not always going to enjoy it because it's uncomfortable. You will later on. Okay, let me give an example. If you've never exercised in years and you want to get fit and strong, right, then 20 minutes of exercise on the treadmill running is going to be uncomfortable, it's going to be painful, you're not going to enjoy it, right? But around that day, you're going to have to do other things that you are going to enjoy, right? So if you're compromising on other things just because you want to get this goal done, and you're really denying yourself from family time that makes you happy, you know, doing your hobbies that make you happy, then you're not going to enjoy that process. Whereas if you fueled yourself with the things that you enjoy, and you did that uncomfortable thing for 20 minutes or 1 hour, right, you will be more likely to be consistently doing that because you're living your day on purpose. You're not just going for this one thing and neglecting everything else. So just check in with yourself when you do this, because you've got to feel this vision as if it's happened and then act as if it's happened. So when we did this with my client, we clarified it, we were specific, so what do you want to do, okay, and when are you going to do it, right? So you can see me, I'm like using my eyes right now, and I'm going into her vision with her, and then I'm imagining, you know, if you know NLP, you'll see how my eyes are going. I'm imagining how it's going to turn out, how she's going to feel, how am I going to feel whilst I'm doing other things that matter to me, okay? So when I visualize that happening, I feel good. I'm going to be motivated to do it because it's connected with my values. The vision or the goal is connected with my values. It's values that drive us to achieve the goal. I'm more likely to do it. I'm more likely to be uncomfortable during that time of that growth that I need. You know, that 20 minutes on the treadmill. I'll be okay with it because I'm still bringing in joy in my day. I'm still sticking along with my values, and knowing that this uncomfortable stage is only temporary, right? That's where your consistency comes in. So quickly recap, always check in, is this your goal? Is this really something you want? Is it aligned with your highest values? And is it how you want to do it? So the process of it, is it to do with you, or is it good for somebody else but not for you, right? Like, for example, networking events is not going to happen right now offline. I mean, for me, it wasn't going to happen anyway because I don't want to do that right now. Okay, it's not aligned with my other values, my other commitments that I appreciate and that bring joy to me. Can you see it happening? Can you feel it happening? Can you hear it happening? Lock in that vision, and then you've got to feel that vision or demonstrate that vision every single day. Okay, when you feel it happening, you're going to act more as if it's happened. Now you can always write your goal as if it's happened as well while you're visualizing, or do both at the same time. I tend to write it first and then visualize it and then feel it happening, and then I'm more likely to act as if it's happened. Now if I'm acting, this is internal, no one needs to know anything. So if I'm acting as if I've already achieved a size whatever body or X amount of clients in my business, then how do I show up? What time do I show up, you know, in my business? How am I talking to people? How am I interacting with people? You know, you're gonna be more committed to your business if you feel like you've already got it. This is an internal shift you're gonna have to be making, and no one needs to know this. No one needs to know. You don't need to tell anybody, oh, I'm already, you know, like, you know how you see people doing, like, having photographs out in front of cars. You don't need to do all that. You just need to feel it happening inside you and know it's happened, and just be thankful just for this emotional shift as well. Not everybody, I'll tell you, not everybody could even make this emotional shift. So if you can make this emotional shift, that is a blessing and something to be grateful for itself, and you'll find it'll increase even more. Now I will attach this with a blog post so you can get the steps, and like I said, any questions, leave them in the comments. Any feedback, leave them in the comments, and I will come back and have a look. If you do want more guidance on visualization, on coaching specifically, on really using your unconscious mind to achieve your goals, you can just reach out to me on my Facebook page, message me on there, and I will get back to you.